Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Fontaine Babylon deck. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And ring the bell.
So Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit about this deck?
Well, this deck is a collaboration between Zach at Fontaines and Babylon. Um, this deck is really, really cool. There's so many features, in this deck. The first thing is it's a 10,000 print run. It's crushed stock out of USPCC, and it's super simplistic back design. It's white with black border. Um, the tuck box is very minimal. Um, I really like it. It's pretty sharp looking. All the ad copy on the side, just like your normal Fontaine information. One of 10,000 on the bottom. Here's the amazing part of the deck. Shine a UV light on it, and it just glows.
Yeah, that UV
I
spotting
just
is amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Yeah, they did a really, really good job. Zach's obviously an innovator. If you look, there's the light not shining on the back of the deck. It's amazing. The really cool thing about it is you can't see the ink at all when the light's not on it, with your eyes or anything, which normally you can usually see spot ink. Um, but you literally can't see anything until you shine a light on it, which is really cool. It handles awesome. It looks awesome when the light's shining on it.
And was there any
Um,
texture difference because of the spot ink on the back?
nope,
That's
none
crazy.
at
That's
all.
awesome.
Yeah, the jokers are really cool. Standard Fontaine, um, Ace of Spades. Sorry, I didn't show that to you guys. I got excited. It actually is just a standard, Ace of Spades. It's just one pip. Actually, it's not even really custom of any sort. This deck actually is basically like the old Black Tigers. All white pips, which look pretty cool. I really wish they went with white faces on the front,
Yeah.
white face cards. Because once you stop playing with these, the black borders and the black face cards, it's going to chip up and look like garbage after a couple days. But the deck is amazing. That the UV spot ink on it and the effect it has is just super rad.
I'm surprised they also didn't go with UV spot ink on the faces themselves. It's really an opportunity there that they could have that they could
Just
have.
having a little fun.
Yeah, I mean, I really think they had an opportunity there to show off some of the faces as well and make them a little more unique. Maybe like throwing like the Babylon peace symbol into the pips or things like that to really make it shine off, like show off a little bit more. I think the cards themselves though are definitely pretty unique for a Fontaine deck, which I think a lot of people consider as relatively standard. So to see
Yeah.
something like the use of UV spot ink, really cool. I mean, granted, we've been seeing this a little bit more in the community as well. In general, the blue Gator backs from David Blaine had a similar thing on the tuck, not the cards themselves, but the tuck. But I think it's really interesting that the UV spotting has no or minimal handling impact.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even tell that there's any. I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to see it here. Let's see if we can at least. You can't even see any type of ink on there.
Yeah, it literally just looks like a semi-gloss white back. That's awesome.
Literally in person, that's what it looks like as well. And let me show you that Ace of Spades that I didn't get to show in the video,
Which,
or I did get to show it. I just didn't show
which is
it.
interesting though that it is a variation from the standard Fontaine, where at least on the Fontaines it usually has the color coordinated strip across it with Fontaine. The other thing I noticed is the two ad cards, instead of saying Fontaine on them this time, or the two Jokers actually said Babylon on them. So being
Yeah,
a collaboration deck, it was geared more towards obviously the Babylon on the internal portion of the cards versus the Tuck, which was more geared towards Fontaine.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely an innovative design. Unfortunately, as we know, the amazing registration of USPCC.
Yeah, so that's no surprise
This
there. I
one
mean,
barely even has a border down the bottom.
yeah, you can see how thin that
It's
is. I mean, and
It's
again, that's no knock
crazy,
against
man.
Fontaine, but USPCC
No,
that
no, of course.
comes to be expected at this point. So, and originally,
Yeah,
I know this deck sold out pretty quick in spite of being a 10,000 print run. The original retail price on this was $20, I believe, which is
20.
the
Yep.
normal price now for Fontaines that are collaboration decks versus the standard decks would still seem to float around that 15 mark. So
Yeah, and they came with a brick tin,
yep,
which was pretty cool. It was a Babylon brick tin, and then they had a single deck. And the brick tin actually came with this flashlight right here, which is a Babylon Fontaine flashlight, and that's what you can use. And actually, I can give you a quick little show of it right here. I don't know if you can see it really.
yeah,
My face is covering it.
a little bit. Yeah, no, yeah, we can see it there.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's really cool. And the one deck tin has a flashlight in the tin as well.
Very
So
cool.
the only way to get a flashlight through Fontaine, an actual Fontaine
Was
Babylon
the
flashlight,
tin or the brick? Yeah.
was
So,
the tin of the
yeah,
brick.
and
Yeah.
any UV light will work though to show off the UV spotting. So
Yep.
if you do have your own, it's not like you missed out by not getting the Fontaine unless you really wanted the branded flashlight. But
Yeah, you can get them for
yeah,
9, $10 on Amazon.
yeah, I think it was an awesome deck though. So good job on Fontaine with this one. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We drop these deck specs every Tuesday and Friday, so make sure to keep an eye out.
Ring the bell, please.